UFO insiders call them MIBs. That's an acronym for Men in Black. These men in black are one of the least known and yet most disturbing elements of the UFO experience. The phenomenon is reported worldwide, and the stories that witnesses tell are remarkably similar. Seeing a UFO can be an exhilarating experience, but for some, that excitement soon turns into desperate paranoia. After a sighting, some witnesses report that they're threatened and harassed by mysterious thugs known to UFO investigators as MIBs, Men in Black. Just who are these men in black? Where do they come from? And why do they seem to be tracking and spying on those who've had a close encounter?
There it was. It's a long, lit-up, cigar-shaped object heading just over the rooftop. Then it moved out of sight, and I went back home. And when I got home, my wife said, "You just got a phone call." I said, "A phone call?" And it said that if you talk to the media about this, that your daughter will die.
Immediately following a UFO sighting, the strange encounters with MIBs begin.
They would walk in seemingly from nowhere, be driving a car that may be as old as 25 years. It would be immaculate, shiny, without a mark on it. The individual, in several cases, drove down to the end of the street, turned, the guy ran down after them, and they were completely gone.
Men dressed in black, driving black cars, reportedly follow and sometimes even threaten UFO witnesses, and their motives appear to be strangely sinister.
Witnesses driving home from having lunch at a restaurant have reported seeing a UFO. Before they could get home, they had cars waiting for them, warning them not to talk about the case. An investigator was approached by a very Saturn-looking man. He said, "You know, people that look for UFOs sometimes find problems." There have been a few cases where individuals have died under mysterious circumstances.
Reports of contact with MIBs seem to follow a definite pattern and occur throughout the world. One horrified witness was harassed by MIBs after sighting a UFO near Toronto, Canada.
And it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There was a knock on the door. I opened the door, and there was this very odd-looking man standing there. He had a photograph album in his left arm, and he didn't say anything for a full minute. He was about 5'6". He was extremely thin. He had a slightly enlarged head. His face was a very strange olive hue. He wore a black turtleneck. He wore black pants. He was dressed entirely in black. His eyes were not oriental looking. They were extremely long. They literally wrapped around his temples. I have never seen eyes like that. Those eyes held me. They held my attention. They seemed to be boring into me. I felt very intruded upon on a mental level by those eyes.
The Men in Black cases, for the most part, have stirred up great amounts of paranoia. In many cases, these people have attempted to pass themselves off either as government agents or in some cases Air Force officers. At one point, the FBI was very heavily involved in tracking these cases down and attempting to arrest someone, but no one was ever caught.
Composite drawings created from witness testimony lead researchers to believe that MIBs could be aliens who have come to Earth to silence people who know too much about UFOs. In Russia, one witness reported being harassed and physically transformed by a MIB. Professor Paul Stonehill translated the Russian newspaper story about the woman's MIB experience.
His touch was paralyzing and left effects upon the body of those whom he touched. His daughter, she became magnetic, and she would attract metals. And like her hands became sort of electric conductors. Her touch caused electric shock. This is taking place now because the article is from April of 1992.
MIB encounters are so disturbing, investigators fear many valuable witnesses might never come forward. Those who do believe their lives are in danger and claim MIB surveillance intensifies when they contact the media.
I think what has happened is they've gone to the black helicopters. So I think that the Men in Black have just left their black Cadillacs behind and taken up black helicopters.
These helicopters, which have been described almost as a black UE-type Army helicopter with no numbers visible have appeared almost silently with no helicopter noise that you associate with it.
Shirley and George Coyne are the Midwest directors of the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, a UFO research organization. The Coynes claim that they are being tailed by this silent black helicopter devoid of the necessary FAA identification numbers. This video, shot by Shirley Coyne, is the only footage of an alleged MiB encounter.
Well, this is the day we had a meeting, and the copter met us about halfway between Flint and Flushing and followed us all the way to our meeting place.
I'm not afraid of them because they haven't done anything to us yet. And I feel the more vocal I am, the less they're going to do.
Is it possible that aliens with a secret agenda are harassing UFO witnesses? Or could MiBs be cleverly disguised humans trying to silence those who've had close encounters? Investigators continue to search for answers.
It's just something that there is no explanation for. And by working on these cases and trying to use a scientific and investigative formula, we try to get to the bottom of them, but sometimes there doesn't seem to be a bottom.